What could have happened that made Europeans forget their old trade routes and start looking for new ones to reach India, one of their oldest trading nations from both the coastal and the famous Silk Route? Well, first, Norse or Vikings happened. Before the Crusades, started by the converts of post Latinized Europe, a century before that, they discovered the modern day USA through Greenland. Known for being barbaric and to some extent cruel for their way of life by the Greeks, who invented the word itself, Viking tribes did not impose destruction on the discovery of this new land, nor were they famous for bringing diseases, as per my research. They settled down for almost 500 years in these areas. Their settlements began to decline mysteriously by the 14th century Common Era. Funny thing is, colonization as we know it started exactly after 400 500 years of the settlement of these lands by the Viking tribes. It was initiated by the Latinized Spain's Catholic queen Isabella I and the merchant explorer Christopher Columbus, who went on to lay the foundation of worldwide destruction. The first Caribbean islands were discovered by Columbus in 1492 Common Era. Even funnier thing is that Charlemagne, the king of Franks and Lombards, united Europe under his rule 2 to 300 years before the Vikings' discovery of the Americas and the Crusades in 1095 Common Era. He is an important person because without him, there would not be a Europe as we know it today. He is the reason that modern day European nations like the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, and France, as well as Austria, Slovenia, and Hungary, got united, which were ruled by ancient European tribes. This happened after the fall of Roman civilization. So now, what was the actual purpose of this discovering already discovered land thing by Europeans? The reality is they lost their identities, languages, and culture, and were facing demographic collapse. Now ruled by converted feudal kings with landowners fighting for them, and the plebs or serfs literally slaving for these rulers and landowners for their safety. The majority of the European population by now converted to the famous West Asian religion. This now famous West Asian religion got blended with the local cultures, because of which we also got the European version of Christianity with a blue eyed and blonde haired Jesus Christ. Now you will ask me, okay, this is history as it happened. So what can we do about it? We can educate ourselves that will prevent from fighting over ethnicities and the recent man-made inventions of racism, imperialism, and capitalism that happened during these times. As for the rest of the whats and the whys, I do have an answer, but now it's simply my guess and less reliable on actual historical data. It is because the southern Europeans realized the power of China and India or Asia, as well as gold and gem mines in the Americas. Before the Christianization of Europe, they famously did trade with both China and India, sometimes even including Japan. Look at this timeline. King Charlemagne united Europe, and after that, the Vikings landed in Americas. Crusades started 95 years later. Why? Not because these converted Europeans suddenly found love for a Palestinian Arab, but because Islamic invasions were occurring fast and reaching India and other Asian countries, and they wanted to stop that. Persians and Iraqis were studying ancient Indian science and maths, converting these books into their languages, which the Europeans started learning from. Chinese were inventing literally everything at the time. I'll end this statement with this though. Today, India provides the largest number of doctors, engineers, and scientists, while China manufactures the most impressive products of all kinds. You see, I'm sure other colonized countries can see how and what they were reduced to. If you like this video, follow me for more. I'll give you a hint of why Europeans obsess so much over a West Asian religion and have culturally appropriated it to spread it around the world. And what does Mesopotamia have to do with ancient Jews and Judaism as per the Torah and Bible? If Jesus was ever a Jew, surprise, it could be less of an obsession with lack of melanin.